I should have waited an extra second to turn on that record button, but now the phone is snapped into place. Alright, this is kind of take two on this one. And this is the kind of video that I don't want to make a habit out of making. I don't want to make a habit out of me teaching the Bible on this channel, because I just don't want to. I think a lot of what I want to talk about is like Protestant figures, Protestant doctrine. That's kind of my main things. Kind of want to save this kind of stuff for the Braxton Meachams of the world and the Seraphim Wirches of the world. Okay, thank you, Kat. But something I've been kind of thinking about a lot recently is this idea of God as our shepherd, and God and trusting in that, right? I'm going through the Psalms in my Bible read through, and the Psalms have a lot of this imagery of God as our shepherd, even beyond the Psalm 23, like, the Lord is our shepherd, we shall not want, all that. And something that I keep thinking about is, there's a lot of uncertainty in my life right now, just to be perfectly honest, without getting too into the details of like what exactly is going on with just work and my personal life and the moving around and everything. There's just a lot going on. And ultimately, trying to trust in God with a lot going on is hard sometimes. But I keep coming back to this idea of God as a shepherd, right? And if God is a shepherd, that means that I'm a sheep. So what does that mean, right? That's kind of like how I'm trying to think about this. Is, you always hear it as God is your shepherd. Okay, well, what does that mean for me as a sheep? Right over here. And I'll try to pick her up and show you, but she might scream. Right, I have my cat. Okay, I'm sorry. You can sit back down. She was very relaxed, and I just disturbed her. But this is my cat, right? You've probably seen her before on this channel. She likes to come up and get in the way while I'm recording videos, and that's fine. But so, why am I bringing up the cat? How does the cat relate to us as God's sheep? So, during the holidays, I bring the cat to my parents' house, right? And the cat moves around with me as well, as we kind of been moving around this little period in our lives. And the cat has gotten very good at sitting in the car and waiting. And, we'll put her down, we'll open up her carrier, and she'll just get comfortable. She trusts me as her owner. She knows that wherever I'm bringing her, it's safe. She's going to have food, she's going to have water, and her litter box is going to be cleaned, right? That right there, that is exactly what I am talking about. You may not know why God's answer. I hate it when people say, oh, God doesn't answer prayers. No, he does. Sometimes the answer is no. And you don't know why, but ultimately, that is for your benefit. It's like when your dad says, don't get a tattoo until you're an adult. Because if you get a tattoo when you're 16, you're probably going to get something dumb that you're going to regret as an adult. And, like when it comes to just me, for example, right? Like, this is my pasture, right? Like the YouTube stuff, this is the pasture that I've been led to. And so this is the pasture that I need to be tending to, be eating at, be taking care of, not taking care of, but, with the sheep imagery here, right? This is the pasture that I'm being led to. I don't know why I'm being led to this pasture. And it doesn't really matter why I'm being led to this pasture. I can't see the wolves outside of this pasture. That's not my responsibility. That's the shepherd's responsibility. For the same reason, it's not my cat's responsibility to know what dangers or what possible dangers are at my parents' house. Right? We kind of take those precautions before we bring her in. I don't know, maybe this is just kind of like very basic Bible teaching, but it's just something I've been really thinking about, If God is our shepherd, what does that mean for us as sheep? And how do we live that out? How do we do that? How do we behave as if we're sheep? Sheep for God, but still sheep. And so I think where I'm kind of landing on is whatever pasture God's brought you to, just eat at that pasture. They always say the grass is greener, but it doesn't matter if it's greener. That doesn't mean that the grass tastes any better. You know what I mean? That's a really bad analogy. Yeah, but I think that's going to be it for this video. If you guys liked it, leave a like, comment why, subscribe. This isn't really normally what I do here, but if you guys want to see more of it, I could absolutely do more of it. But yeah, this isn't really usually what I do here. Usually it's like a Protestant figure or Protestant doctrine or something. But I have been getting a little experimental with the content recently, so let's just kind of see where it goes. But I hope you and your families have a blessed rest of your day. God bless you and your families. I hope to see you on the next video.